don't think we'll have 5 times today like we did yesterday. But, yeah, I don't know how to keep that from happening. I think I just have really bad internet, so... Oh, let's turn alpha lock off here. Okay. So we're gonna try just kind of scooching the glasses over a little bit and see if that looks okay, because it's not a big fix that needs to be done. I don't like the way it's squared compared to his face, but I love the way I did his face, so I don't want to change that. I shouldn't have merged the glasses down, dang it. That's okay. Is the stream back up now? I don't know how to tell. Yeah, it looks like we're back up now. Okay. Oh, gosh, I wonder what... Okay, thank you. Yeah, I wonder what I can possibly do to stop that from happening, to keep my streams from going down all the time. I guess maybe if I was into a wired computer that was, like, hooked up directly to internet, would that be better? I don't know. Okay, we're gonna, make you the reference for a second. And we're gonna get rid of this. We're gonna look at that. Nope, are you alpha locked? Don't alpha lock. Okay. Okay, cool. I think we fixed the glasses. I think they're good. Okay, that could have been so much harder than it was. All right, back to coloring. Things I feel like it's gotta be a hat, because if it was a bandana, then like there would be like ties on it or something, right? I don't know. Okay, you know what? With just something about the exact yellow I've got going on the shirt right now is just screaming Arthur to me. Which is not the correct character. That's not at all the aesthetic we're going for. I honestly, I don't know anything about, I'm assuming Ed and Eddie, and I don't know anything about that show. It's another one of those ones I wasn't allowed to watch as a kid. Alright, his doohickey and his backpack appear to be, like, the same color, but I don't want to make them the exact same color, because that seems really strange to have your not metal backpack and your metal doohickey be the same color. So we're not going to do that. Okay. Oh, you know what I forgot? Belt buckle here. I want to have... Yeah, I've seen a lot of memes of it, but I don't know their character designs off the top of my head. So I'd have to look it up, and I don't want to do that right now because I'm in the middle of this. But I will take your word for it. I wonder if this was like a type of hat that, like, people wore back in the day, and I just never wore hats, so I don't know. I don't know, it looks bandana-esque to me, though. So my gut reaction is saying that's a bandana, but who knows? I've been wrong about many things before. Let's see. Ooh, boots. Let me do some general color bumping here. Make sure everything looks good. And I think I liked it how I had it on that one. You, though, are a little dark. And the boots are a little oversaturated. And a little dark, it looks like. Yeah, someone did. I know, I was really excited when I saw it, because, again, like, people have asked for these characters a lot, and I just haven't had a chance to watch the show, so I haven't had a chance to draw them, so I was really, really excited when I saw when someone commissioned them, because, you know, I have so many characters I want to draw, and I know there are so many characters people want me to draw, and I just can't keep up with all of it, but I like having things that people want, because it makes people happy, and I don't like not having the things people want, because there's nothing much worse than having, like, someone come to your table and be like, oh, you're the person that has everything, so you must have this one thing that I've been looking everywhere for, that my goal for the entire convention is just to find this one thing, and then you don't have it, and their face just drops, and they're just like, oh, I guess truly no one loves this thing that I love. And, like, a lot of times it's a thing that I do like, and it's on my to-do list, I just haven't gotten a chance to do it yet, you know? But, yeah, I'm excited to have drawn them, I'm excited to have them. One of these days I'll watch the show a bit more than just, like, 2 episodes. Actually, nope, don't keep, so we still gotta wait. Okay, and then we got some of that going on the boots. Okay, they're not even, and I think I like the placement on this one more, so I'm gonna, nope. There we go, okay. Okay. On to shading. See, that kind of dark turquoise-esque eyes here. Yeah, what characters do you want to know about? Don't quite like that. I liked how it turned out on the other side, though. Yeah, there we go. Okay, now we give him highlights. Oh, yeah. Yeah. No, I haven't played Destiny. I'm actually super behind on video games just because quarantine time here is the first time I have had time to play a video game since, honestly, probably since like before I started conventions. I used to live with my brother, so I would watch him play video games every once in a while I was working on other stuff, but I don't live with my brother anymore, and I don't really just get a lot of time to do video games, so never played Destiny, and I don't like drawing stuff I know absolutely nothing about, you know? But, yeah, I'm sorry. The things, there are so many good things out there to be a fan of, and then to draw, and then to, you know, to like, to geek out about, and I hate that the way conventions are really, how do I say this? Yeah, that's true. That's another one of the reasons games can be really hard. Like, I still have a couple main characters in Overwatch that I haven't done, and that's one of the ones that, you know, I'm actually trying to keep up on. But I don't love that conventions just kind of as a whole tend to be more, not more rewarding, but it kind of creates an atmosphere of, you know, it's easier, oh gosh, how do I say this right? There's a lot of fan art, in like quotations there, of things that people are not always like huge fans of, especially, you know, just okay, there are 2 or 3 series out there, and I don't know, I'm not doing good with words right now. I think the lack of talking to anyone except my wife for a bit is affecting my English skills here. But there are always a couple series at every convention that are new and big and popular, and that's what you find in the artist alley, and that's it. Whereas when I started doing conventions, you know, everyone had the series that were their favorite series, and people were drawing things because they wanted to draw them, and you know, it wasn't just, oh look, here's 500 baby Yodas because that's a meme, and what else is big right now? Demon Slayer's big, so there's some Demon Slayer things, and Ghibli always sells, so you can find some Totoro, and that's everything at the entire convention. You know, it used to be much more of an assortment of things, and like I'm really one to talk about it, you know, because I've absolutely, you know, had, you know, Overwatch is a good example. I have played maybe 2 rounds of Overwatch, so I know what it is. I know enough to like get the memes, and you know, I follow like a bit of the lore and stuff, but it's not really my cup of tea. I don't like playing it because it's just not my type of game. I'm not good at it at all, and I don't want to put in the time to be good at it. But I've had so many people ask for Overwatch that I keep up on Overwatch because I know it's something that... Yeah, exactly. So I know that it's ironic for me to talk about how I hate how so many things, but, you know, at this point in my life, I really... And there are a couple things that I will draw just because, you know, I appreciate the people who support me as an artist, and I want to show that support by drawing the things that I know people want. And I feel like, I don't know, maybe I'm just being weird with it, but I feel like that's fundamentally different somehow than looking up online what is selling the best and then quickly generating a bunch of things of that thing and, calling it a day. But yeah, I don't know. At the same time, now that I really think about it and put in words, the only real difference between those two scenarios is that someone else gets their information on Google and I get my information from people. So I don't know. So yeah, I don't know. I just wish that, especially for like younger artists starting out, that it was a less hostile. Oh, you know what? I'm on the wrong layer here. It was a less hostile environment for less popular things. I wish conventions just were better to artists that, are a huge fan of, let's say Bionicle. Let's say there's an artist out there that loves Bionicles and they've spent their whole life building up like this cool style where they draw Bionicles and they want to go to conventions and, find their Bionicle crowd and sell their Bionicle stuff. That's not gonna do well, even though that's something really awesome, I think, that they should keep pursuing. It's just, online is your place to find your market there, because the chance of all, however many people in the world who want to buy Bionicle merch all going to your local convention, is very, very low. So it's easier to find things for a niche in person, or not in person, in online rather than in person. And that, it just stinks that people who like drawing their specific thing just can't really do as well at conventions. I just wish they could, And I mean, I kind of lucked out, because the thing I like to do is just interpret characters in a specific style. I like doing fan art. I like doing, I like seeing a new thing, and, when I have a character I really like that I just saw a thing for, I think of, oh, how would I draw them? I get one chance to represent what my thoughts are, what my emotions are about this particular character. What pose do I put them in? How am I going to have their facial expression? Because I only have one BoJack Horseman badge. I get one chance to, show the people coming to the convention, this is my interpretation of BoJack Horseman. This is emotionally what I got out of this character. And I like doing that. That's something I just really enjoy, is just doing more of a, I don't know, I feel like for me, the art is more that I do, or the chibis at least, are more about trying to simplify everything I can about this entire character into one drawing, because that's what I have, is this one drawing of them. And granted, there are a few characters that I cannot get all of that into one drawing, or there's just such a specific thing about this character that I have to do two drawings or something, but that's what I like to do. For me, doing the chibis is about that. But when you... Yeah, that's exactly how it is. And I don't know, I know a lot of people probably think that I do more trend following than I do, but the thing is, I follow trends a lot, and to be fair, a lot of artists do as well. I follow trends in the same way that, any consumer does. Everyone's talking about it, so I look into it, and then I like it, and then I want to draw it. But, I also, this is how I make my living, so sometimes, yeah, everyone's been asking me for Love Life, and I I don't know much about Love Live. I watch 1 or 2 episodes. I feel like I have the gist of it, and I just go for it because I know that it's something people want. You know, it's not my cup of tea, but I understand the people whose cup of tea it is. But I don't know. It's really its own weird kind of world in general. Conventions are, and yeah, I'm probably just talking in circles now, but I really just wish conventions were better to people who just want to draw what they want to draw. I mean, to be fair, I do that a lot, but after the first 3 people at a convention that ask for a thing that you've never heard of, you know a little bit about it, because each one of those 3 people have told you, one little thing, and then you can kind of start piecing it together. I've got a couple series that I've not seen yet that I feel like I know a pretty good gist of the storyline just from talking to people at conventions. And Demon Slayer is one of those ones that I really do need to sit down and watch one of these days, because I have the time to sit down and watch it and really get to know these characters. I don't want to just draw it because it's popular. I want to watch it. But also, I watched like a single episode on gosh, what is it called? Why is my brain not coming up with words today? Toonami. I watched 1 episode on Toonami while I was at a hotel for a convention, and did not really enjoy that 1 episode. I don't know if it was just like a bad episode, and the rest of it's going to be great, and I just happened to walk in on a really bad part, and I don't know, but I've kind of been putting off watching Demon Slayer because even though I know it's one of those things that people really want, I did not like the 1 episode I saw and really have just kind of been putting off watching it. And like on top of that, I've also just been watching other things, I think I talked about this yesterday, but we watched The Office, like the entire series. The Office is what we've been watching during quarantine, and it's been wonderful. I actually had never seen any of The Office before this, and I'm genuinely considering, after I'm finished with commissions, drawing characters from The Office, because I keep thinking about it. It was a really good show. It was a fun ride. The last season or 2 were very, very clearly written by different writers, and I hate it when that happens, because, one of the reasons you watch a series instead of a movie is for the ongoing long-term character development that you want to see go through the entire thing. So when they just decide partway through, like, oh yeah, that was the last set of writers' thing, we're not doing that anymore, it's just really jarring as a consumer that all of your favorite characters who have come... Oh, it's super, super fun. I recommend watching it through to the end, because even if the last couple seasons aren't... The thing is, the last couple seasons of The Office, new people came in, and they write it very clearly based on, like, the original couple seasons. They didn't stay up to date with the series as it went on, and they didn't stay up to date with all of the character development as it went on, and it's very, very clear watching it that they didn't, because everyone's kind of, just given up on all of the character development they've done for a bit, and they're back to being, whatever level of selfish they were back in season 3, or whatever, like, there's just a lot of character regression that, to me as a viewer, seems to come from the new writers just not doing their homework, not doing their research, not getting to know these characters before starting up, the new writing. And that's a shame, because as a viewer of the show, it just feels so wrong to have these characters that are so much about their growth, and you've gone with them on this journey through all of these years and seen them, you know, work through their flaws and get better. It's just really frustrating to see them revert back to where they used to be in like a matter of episodes. But that being said, it does not have the same problem as How I Met Your Mother, which was, you know, it was doing fine and doing great, and then they just decided out of nowhere, but what if the last 2 episodes are terrible? You know, it's the final episode of The Office is heartwarming and wonderful and ties up the series just very, very nicely. So I think it is worth watching through to the end. And it does do a lot of, you know, tying up all the loose ends and, yeah, so for what it's worth, The Office has a, if you like it, it's worth finishing it, but also a warning that you may not love, the last 2 seasons. But yeah, I enjoyed watching The Office. It was a lot of fun. So yeah, I think that might be. Oh, although I've had She-Ra's been on my draw list for quite a while now, and I wanna do that. Although I am working on a She-Ra animation right now that I should do first. Actually, no, what I should do first is my my like actual work. I've got a remote part-time thing that I can't really talk about because I'm under NDA for it. But that is what I should do first once I'm done drawing Tucker here, and then I can do a She-Ra animation. I really like animating, but it takes so much time. It takes so much time. Because the thing is, if you want an animation to look good, you know, you can't just be like, aha, I did these movement lines, which for me is the fun part. You can't just be like, I did it. I did this rough sketch, and now it's done, and that is a completed thing. No, if you want it to look good, you have to... Nope, not Alpha Lock. If you want it to look good, you have to, you know, take each one of those rough movement lines you made and line them and color them, and I'm working on getting better at that. But I mean, how long have I been doing this one cheapy badge here, and that's essentially the level of work I would like to put into every single frame of an animation, and I just can't. It's just not something that is viable for me to do, just as an independent creator working by myself, you know? So, I don't know, I would love to just do... Yeah, you know, I actually really enjoy animating on airplanes too. There's just something about the full immersiveness of an animation that makes me forget that I'm in an airplane, which is kind of like one of the most terrifying things in the world. But yeah, it's if you get into the zone for it, it's great, but if there's anything... No, exactly. The animation I just did with the Madoka Magica one that I just did, that is 6.5 seconds of completed animation, and it took me 3 full days of working on it the entire time to get that done. It's just... And I didn't even do cell shading on that. I just did the cheeks on her. I didn't do any... You know what, I think I'm gonna adjust this still. I think it's still a bit too much. There we go. All right, I think Tucker is done. And I'm actually going to hop back over to... Oh, wait, you know, just real quick, I forgot. Where is... Nope, don't do that. Okay, but you... Give me that color. Okay, yeah, we did do the... I just need to be sure my shadows are consistent here on these glasses. You know what, I think that whole thing would go up like that a little bit more. And then kind of here. Nope, nope. Okay. Okay. Okay, now Tucker's done. Okay. And I'm actually going to hop over to my file for Danny here. And actually, we're going to duplicate him. And YOLO, I'm gonna draw Phantom Danny. I'm not going to redraw it. I'm just going to redo the details. And that's just because I want to be able to do the double-sided thing where you flip it and it's Danny on one side and Phantom Danny on the other. So give me just a second to look up a reference image of Phantom Danny here. I see, we're definitely going to have to give him a different facial expression though, because Phantom Danny is just like exuding confidence here. Okay. So we're going to delete all of the color. Wait. Let's give ourselves some new layers first. Let's make it easier. Okay. I'm going to duplicate you just in case I mess up, but let's give you a new face, Phantom Danny. Yeah, but I really want it to be able to be like a double-sided charm, so we're using the same shape and outline and just fixing up some of the details here. But you can't have Danny Phantom without Phantom Danny, even I know that. But with my limited knowledge of this incredible series about a boy being a ghost, kind of. But it's also definitely about trans rights. I don't know. It's probably not. It's probably... just coded, but it's absolutely coded. Okay. Let's give you a face, Danny, because that's kind of terrifying. Let's do a sketch first, just as we can. You know, that does not look confident, that just looks mean. So we're gonna say no on that one. Wait. So we don't need the entire rest of the sketch. So let's just yeet that out of there. Okay. Gonna give him like a Sonic face here. And sometimes it's hard to tell because when the show knows that they're going to be canceled, they do a quick series finale and wrap up all of the bits, you know? But yeah, I have no idea. I have no idea if the show got a proper ending or not. There you go, that's looking pretty confident. Okay, one thing I didn't realizes how different his outfit is here. So what am I doing about this area? I might actually go back to Danny and erase a bit of that sleeve to make it consistent here. Huh. Yeah, so it seems like it was probably better do a finale real quick if there was a finale. Hopefully it at least got some sort of closure for everyone and not just... And oh no, he got away. What'll happen next episode? Just kidding, no next episode. How many shows has this guy made? Dang. I guess that's what he's good at, though, is making shows. Okay, I like the face we got going on. I need to figure out what I'm doing about general silhouette, because I've got these details going on Danny here that don't work on Phantom Danny. But I don't want to change the outline at all. See, if I'd thought about doing this while I was designing Danny, I would have done a couple things different with this silhouette here, because that's going to be a little weird, but I'll make it work. That's going to be a little weird, but I'll make it work. It's just the sleeve that I'm really going to have a hard time with here. Dang. Well, I mean, I've heard of at least 2 of his shows, so he's doing good. Has he found his calling in life, I suppose? I wonder what he's doing now. I wonder if he's just made enough money off of these that he's just kind of retired, or if he's working on another project right now. I know a lot of times, even if artists make enough money to retire, they don't, because they're artists and they have a million ideas going in their heads and they gotta make things. Like Miyazaki's back working on another movie again because he's an artist and he's not done making movies. Gosh, okay, how can I make this sleeve work for me? Because our non-Phantom Danny does not have sleeves like this. Okay, we're gonna just get rid of all of these things. Here. And kind of sketch out some ideas and see if anything looks good. Gosh, yeah, because it very clearly looks like he's doing a... Okay. There's our sketch layer. Let's duplicate you. Okay. Give ourselves a couple more of these, just... I need to figure out some ideas. Okay. So I want to have this exact same silhouette, but make it look like Phantom Danny. So we can do, you know, just like belt down here, shoes up here. You know, that part's all fine. Fine and dandy, that's not a problem. How do I get these arms to work, though? Huh, I guess he's just got, like, really good control of it, then? That seems a little strange. Usually shows like this are, like, a big section of your, your stories about learning how to control your powers, you know? This part here is driving me crazy. What do I do? I think I really need to adjust Danny proper to not have this stupid little doohickey here. It's... because... I can't even think of a way we could make that. I guess if we have it be like this hand from over here, but like what pose would he even be doing to make that work? Okay, hand. No, it's not gonna work, it's not gonna work. Okay. Okay. We're gonna have to change Danny. Sorry, Danny. I know you looked fine before, but now you don't. I was happy with the way I had drawn you, and now I've changed my mind. Sorry to my future self that's gonna have to deal with updating all of the files and renaming everything. Oh, cool. I'm glad that is a canon thing he does, because that's almost definitely the pose I'm going with. I'm probably just keeping his body exactly the same and then just changing up his there's words. Changing up the face and the details. I'm probably gonna keep him arms crossed. Okay, that looks okay. You still look fine, Danny. You're good. Copy and back over. Delete you. Paste. Okay. Okay, so we need to delete. Nope. Oh, I really want that line cleaned up. Okay. Didn't clean it well enough on the other file. Dang it. Okay. That's fine. We're just gonna... copy. Paste. There. Okay. This was supposed to be a nice easy fix, and I went and made everything complicated for myself. Okay, so note to self, if I'm going to do a flippable charm-esque drawing in the future, really need to think about that beforehand so I can plan out my silhouettes. Because if I wanted them to be like in different poses, I would have needed to plan the silhouette around that, but the way I've got this pose here, it really only works with arms folded. So, their arms are going to be folded, that's just how it is. No, it's not a big deal. I just, for the future, I know that that's what happened, and I can plan accordingly. Okay. Be gone, eyeballs. Okay, let's draw us a new face. More. Okay. Nope. Don't love that. That's better. That's even better. Okay. Get you some pupils. Nope. Nope. My brow go on top.